I know I'm beating up a dead horse at this point, but it still kind of sucks to see that this is happening. Bungie. If you don't know who Bungie is, they are a game studio. They bought you some pretty good games like Destiny 1, Halo, the old Halo, not the new ones, Destiny 2, and the critically acclaimed Marathon. And Marathon, ooh, but yeah, it seems like they're not having a great time. If you haven't heard, most of their team got laid off, but it seems like more news has come out about Bungie, and that is that the director of Marathon has quit Bungie. Marathon's director confirms he quit Bungie just 4 months after launch, and I don't need to tell you, but that is not a great sign. Joel Ziegler exits after a tough month for Bungie, which saw significant layoffs. It was a couple layoffs, I wouldn't say significant. The director of Bungie and PlayStation's extraction shooter Marathon has confirmed that he's left the studio 4 months after the game's launch. Former Valorant game director Joel Ziegler joined Bungie towards the end of Marathon's development following the departure of the game's original director, Christopher Barrett, under controversial circumstances. So there was already a director before this. This is was the second director. Now there's going to be another director. So in a post on social media, Ziegler said this weekend that he's decided to join another project elsewhere and confirmed that Marathon will be taken over by Del Free, previously assistant game director alongside creative director Julia Nordin. Both of them have been operating in a strong leadership capacity for the team and are ready to guide Marathon into the next chapter with an even brighter, better, and brighter future. Zaglar wrote, I'm proud of them, and I'm excited to see them helm the future of this crazy little world we created together. As for me, I'll be heading to something new somewhere else and will update you on where and what soon. I just want to say a deeply heartfelt thank you to all of you for supporting me and Marathon in our windy mission to bring a dark and terrifying space survival frontier to your screen. The mission will continue in new and surprising ways, so stay tuned for what this team has in store for you. In other words, this is a nice way of saying I am gone from this sinking ship. Peace, guys. Good luck, because you're gonna need it. Marathon launched in March and is estimated to have sold over 2 million copies. The game's creative director, Julia Norden, has claimed that its development team has already planned out the framework for a years-long story. I'm not sure that is going to happen, but Marathon director exits after a tough month for Bungie. Whoa, Zyger's departure follows a difficult few weeks for Bungie, which last month confirmed was laying off most of the Destiny 2 team and some Marathon developers. Bungie ended support for Destiny 2 last month. His exit also follows the conclusion of a lawsuit brought by former Marathon director Christopher Barrett, who said PlayStation had agreed to insert his name into the game's credit as part of a settlement. Brother, I don't think you want your credits in here at this point. Barrett, who was the original creator of Marathon, had his employment terminated by Bungie in 2024 after more than 25 years at the company for misconduct. Well, it seems like you were a bad boy, Barrett, so I guess you should have your name in the credits. In court documents, Sony alleged that Barrett had sent inappropriate messages to female employees. Barrett denied the claims and called the investigation that led to his firing a sham. He later sued Bungie and its parent company, Sony Interactive Entertainment, accusing it of defamation and breach of contract. Notably, he alleged that Sony fired him in order to avoid paying him more than $45 million in bonuses generated from its 2022 purchase of the studio. So it's safe to say that Bungie is having a pretty rough time right now. Their Destiny 2 was destroyed, thrown into a pit of fire before it could even run. Marathon is doing horrible. Their last director was fired for misconduct, or it was just Sony trying to cover themselves. And it wouldn't surprise me if it was Sony trying to cover themselves because they're a pretty scammy company now. Never forget my physical disc. But regardless, another director has left, and it pretty much makes me think, what does Bungie even have anymore other than these new directors? Because let's be honest, I don't honestly believe these directors can fix a game kind of like this. They have a new season coming up, Marathon, but at this point, the damage has already been done. Can they come back from this? I wish upon a star. I really don't think so, but you never know. Miracles can happen, and it seems in this case, I just don't think so. So we'll see what happens. There was another little extra detail I wanted to throw in here too. One of the co-directors that found Bungie back in the day, I think his name is Alex. He's making a new game, but it's kind of a competition against Marathon in a way. Bungie co-founder is making an extraction shooter on Roblox. This man really said, I am going to leave Bungie. I do not like the way they make these games. Also, I am going to make the same game but in a different platform. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the goal was here. I guess he just said if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I'll make another one. So, Roblox is quickly becoming home to far more than a blocky experience it is best known for, with developers using the platform to release ambitious games aimed at older audiences, like an extraction shooter from Bungie's co-founder. From realistic first-person shooters to a bizarre officially Odyssey movie experience, I heard Roblox was getting that. I don't understand why. I have not played Roblox in almost 2 decades. I am old, so well, not 2 decades. I'm over exaggerating. Maybe like a decade. It's been pushing into the 18 plus space. Ooh, juicy. That is some juicy stuff with Roblox. With surprising speed. Now it's adding another high profile project to that list. It's time for. Heck, it's so juicy. I'm sweating right now. And it's definitely not because it's 100 degrees. That's how juicy this Roblox 18 plus game sounds. But this time from Bungie co-founder Alexander Seropian, best known for helping found Bungie, I keep calling him Scorpion. Scorpion played a major role in the studio's early success, with the studio creating iconic franchises including Halo, Destiny, and most recently Marathon. I don't know about that one. The sci-fi extraction shooter has helped bring the genre back into the spotlight. Again, I don't know about that. Now, Scorpion is taking that experience of Rubloff, a brand new extraction shooter of his own. My god, I am sweaty. Holy moly. Alright, I'm back from burning alive. I'm sweating just like did Bungie when they see the marathon numbers. So, yeah, basically the ex co-founder of Bungie is making his own extraction shooter on Roblox. It's about going into a lawless area where you collect loot and such, kind of like Destiny. It's pretty much just like Destiny. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, it seems like pretty much everybody in Bungie has pretty much left or are doing their own thing now. Again, I don't think Marathon will ever come back. Is Bungie going to come back though? That is a different story. I don't think they'll ever capture the magic of like Destiny 1. I never played Destiny 2, so if I'm missing some moments, my bad, but I'll always remember the game came out near my birthday, Destiny 1. You go into that, you start in the junkyard, you roam around. It feels like a completely different experience, but I don't think they can just ever catch that magic again, to be honest. It was a different time and everything just feels different now, the gaming industry and all that. And whether or not Bungie can come back, who knows. I will end this though on looking at marathon numbers because I am curious, how are the players doing? So it's not great. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's definitely not good or great. It's like barely decent, 6,000. I'm not sure if their expansion came already. Maybe that'll attract more players, but yeah, I think Bungie might be done. It might be zip, it might be over. Farewell to this company that did make good games once before, once upon a time. If they can, get up from this, good for them, but I just don't see it. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I think that's about it. Take care.